Emmerdale lawyer Ethan Anderson has been thrown into the midst of a huge and topical storyline on the ITV soap, but a new theory suggests he could risk everything, as it seems he is having second thoughts about picking up a certain case. Ethan, played by Emil John, was left lost for words on Emmerdale earlier this week when he realized a client he had taken on had beaten up his neighbor, Billy Fletcher, Jay Consul, in a racist attack. This left him debating whether he should actually represent the defendant, and some of the villagers have not held back in sharing their thoughts. As their voices play on his mind in next week's installments of the ITV soap, it seems the lawyer is ready to drop the case and move on to another, but it might not be that easy. The drama begins as Ethan feels the pressure this case is putting on him, as it could also cost him his relationship with Marcus Dean, Darcy Gray. Everything the lawyer has been doing recently has been to prove to his bosses he is more than able to work up the ladder. This included taking on Jordan, Jack Parr, as a new client, but with such a dilemma at hand, Ethan decides to meet with one of his colleagues. As he discusses the situation, he seeks advice from newcomer Harry about what he should do and if he is overthinking it. One step removed from the case, this colleague of Ethan's could tell him he has no choice but to follow through with it now. Harry could explain cases like this could make or break a lawyer's career, and he knows Ethan is more than capable of winning for the defendant. However, knowing if he wasn't a lawyer he would not agree with defending a racist, the villager could decide he will take the risk and drop out. Unfortunately, with his case numbers depleting by the second once he pulls out, he could find his employers no longer want to keep him on. This would break Ethan's heart, as he has worked so hard to climb the ladder in his profession, and he would feel he would almost have to start from scratch. Having been sacked and with the pressure off his shoulders, this would mean he would have more time with his boyfriend Marcus. But he would know if he wanted to go somewhere where he wasn't judged by his reputation, he would have to move away from the village. Ethan joined the Dales in late 2020, meaning he has been a part of the drama in the village for almost 18 months. He could decide with everything that has happened with his family as well, including reuniting with his former stepmother Manpreet Sharma, Rebecca Sarkar. He needs a break from everything. Knowing city life is calling him, he could move to Manchester after accepting a job at a new and up-and-coming law firm. Having just settled in the village, Marcus would be reluctant to move, so this could also mean the end of his relationship as well as being sacked from his job. Could this really be the end of Ethan, and how will his father, Charles Anderson, Kevin Mathieu, react to his son's departure? The actor who plays Ethan, Emil, has recently spoken out on his current storyline and what this means for his character's future. Emil explained, Ethan naturally feels a bit hesitant taking the case, as of course it might be slightly uncomfortable back in the village, as Ethan is essentially trying to free Jordan of the charges pursued by Billy. But on the other hand, Billy and Ethan don't have any connection other than living in the same village. There is no conflict of interest, so, therefore, it is his duty to take on this case. Ethan doesn't know for sure that this was a racially motivated attack, and as a lawyer, he can only make use of facts and evidence. Of course, this allegation is going to strike a chord in Ethan as a black man, but he has to remain professional and do away with any personal opinions or feelings he may have, so that he may unbiasedly represent his client. On whether Ethan can carry out the responsibilities of representing the defendant, Emil suggested there are a lot of factors at play. The actor explained, I don't think Ethan would do too well being shunned by his friends in the village. He likes to be liked. I think the thought of being isolated within the village is something that helps him come to the decision that he does. But could leaving the village altogether give him a chance to start a new chapter of his life without any judgment from the people around him? On joining the show back in 2020, soap star Emil said he was elated to be taking on such a character who would be at the center of some hard-hitting storylines. The actor explained, being given the opportunity to play Ethan is an absolute dream come true. I feel a tremendous sense of responsibility in articulating his struggle with truth and authenticity, and I can only hope that the audience fully engages with him in the same way I have. Having become a fan favorite in recent months, will viewers be devastated if the character does end up leaving the village?